Hello everyone and welcome to Viper Smokes for Ascent. This is the brand new map, but I did come up with a pretty sick one-way that I throw almost exclusively. It's pretty dominant for this map. And then I've also got all of the standard smokes that you're going to need to throw to essentially get you started on this map, get you acquainted and able to dominate as Viper on this map. And then I've also thrown a couple of curtains just so you know how I like to use those. But as I come up with new technology, because this map is new, I'm going to be updating this video, and my Twitch is in the description if you wanted to see me using this stuff live. So with all that out of the way, let's get into the video. Alright, this one way is actually one of my favorite one ways in the games right now. So what you're going to do is this cobblestone right up here. It's the only cobblestone you can actually get your mouse cursor on whenever you're up against the wall. So you're just going to look straight down, get in between these two pieces of cobblestone, right? It doesn't have to be perfect, but what you're going to do, I'll show you with the scope just so you know a little better. You're going to be in the gap between the C and the O, where the black meets the white on this railing, right? So essentially right there is what you're looking at. But yeah, it's just going to be between the C and the O, where the black meets the white on the threshold. And then whenever you throw that, it gets wedged on the wall right there. And then you can see their feet all the way through right there. So they start at the bucket. That's when you can start to see them. And then I'll show you where they can actually see you from. So you can start seeing them from this bucket, which is right here, and they can't see you until they get all the way to over here. So you have almost a second of full spray time to kill them before they can actually see you. Alright, so for smoke number one, we've got A site. What you're going to do is smoke off heaven and the rat hole up underneath it. So what you're going to do is tuck yourself off to the left by the buffets, just up near the box. This is the lineup by the cracks in the floor, if you wanted to look at that. But yeah, what you're going to do is the darker portion, wherever it starts to turn into white, aim at that with your smoke out, and then just bring your mouse cursor down a bit. Any amount down works because it's almost perfect whenever you're on the darker portion, but just bring it down any amount. But then whenever you do that, you can throw it, and it should land on top of the boxes on site, which whenever popped takes care of your heaven and your rat hole, so you only have to worry about the other angles.
Poison's off.
Alright, so the best curtain to throw to help you take A site, what you're going to do is come into this little different colored section of the walkway. Just walk up to the buffet, doesn't really matter. But what you're going to do is, whenever the buffet starts, I'm going to have to talk through this with the teal arrow. So look at the teal arrow in the top left. That's where your curtain's actually going to go. You can see it moving right now. But what you want to do is aim to the left far enough to where it actually covers up part of this wall. That wall is where the platform is raised. That's heaven area right there. What you want to do is cover up that left wall. That way they have no real angle to peek through without peeking through the wall. I'm going to show you what this looks like with your smoke popped as well. So with all of this, you basically have sight for free. All you have to do is clear the major angles. So I'm going to take the Q down just so you can see what I'm looking at. So that's what I want to be there. So if someone wants to peek through there, they have to go through the smoke, which is usually pretty dangerous. So basically this just sections off the site really nicely to allow you to take control of most of it. And then these guys are pinched and they really have nowhere to go if they're playing behind here. They're usually just a free kill whenever you bring your E back down. Alright, so if you wanted to execute B site, what you want to do is smoke off B connector to mid. You're going to come to the front of the shack, tuck off to the left, and then I call this the third rivet. It's the third one past where the power line starts. So that's how I acknowledge that, and then you're just going to aim up from that to the power line. Whenever you do that, throw it, and then I'll show you that there's going to be no gaps and everything like that, but it just lands right there. Creates it where it's a seamless smoke with no gaps, so all you have to worry about is CT. Also from attacker side, if you want to smoke off CT instead, what you're going to do is come into the same exact lineup, tuck yourself off to the left, and then aim up the antenna to the right where you're going to go past this. You don't actually want to hit that. And then from there, it's just a quick little jump throw. This jump throw is not perfect. You don't have to time it or anything like that. It's just literally throw after you jump. And then it'll smoke off like that. It'll take care of all of CT. So for smoke number two, coming from right side of mid, this one's going to smoke off the archway. What I like to do is be about 3 lines down. 1, 2, 3. Once you get on this one, all you're going to do is aim 2/3 of the way to the right of this block, if that makes sense. You're going to be right in the middle of these two trees, and then just slightly above the tree on the left. And then whenever you do that, whenever you throw it, it'll get nice and deep into mid. And then whenever you pop it, if you're going up through Catwalk, it'll actually block off everything, and the person who's standing on top of the power or the flower pot back there can't actually see over here. So that blocks off everything. Alright, so if you want to smoke off Catwalk, I would recommend coming to the left side of mid. All you want to do is get somewhere up on this plateau, and you just want to clear this wall right here in the open gap. And the way to do that is just aim above these leaves right here, just anywhere above those leaves. And you can throw it high just to make sure, but whenever you do that, it's just going to get nice and deep in there and smoke off anywhere that the Catwalk guy could possibly peek from, right? And the best curtain to throw for B site, by far in my opinion, you're going to come up to this shower drain 4 blocks to the right of it. It's just whenever the block changes color to this light gray shade. Now you're just gonna aim straight up in between these two rivets. Whenever you do that, game starts. Whenever you throw it, it just cuts off the entire front side of sight. So if you have this smoked off, you come through and all you have to worry about is CT, so you can just play these two angles, take it down, take control of sight, and then whenever you have control of sight, this is probably the most important part, it helps you with the retake. They have to push through this smoke to come on sight from any direction, right? Because there's only two ways they can actually come through. They have to push through the smoke, and pushing through a smoke into an open angle is a very bad idea. So it helps you with the retake. Alright guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, because the algorithm goes crazy over that stuff, and it's the best way to support me, honestly. So if you wanted to see some of this stuff live, my Twitch is in the description. But as always, thanks for stopping by and spending this little bit of your day with me. Have a nice day, guys, and peace out.
And I've been chilling, watching the ocean with you, baby, up with a slow motion crew. And we up in our clouds when people change, but not us. And we just chillin', kicking it